Yeah, you asked a very interesting question before the commercial break.
Oh, about how our parents can handle like our screen time, balance the whole thing between trends and
and I had like a suggestion. I'm not really sure if it's applicable to everyone.
No, age range differences now. You can't come and tell me 20s.
Sorry, old man.
Age range.
You're old too, brother.
I feel
Not
like,
as old as you.
you know, when I was like in secondary school, let me see, like my mom used to do this thing, like when he's like 9 or something, you have to like give her my phone. Do you understand? But that thing used to vex me. But then again, I realized that okay, I was actually young, like I realized later that I was young, but I feel like right now there shouldn't be anything like screen time because people our age, let's be real, they do content creation or something with their phones. So why are you trying to regulate their screen time?
Who does content creation?
I have a question.
I have friends that are doing content creation.
What age are they?
My age.
I have a question.
20
Do you
and
think
above.
your parents or your mom regulating your screen time is affecting your phone usage now? Do you regulate your phone usage now?
No, I don't.
Did your mom's actions in the past contribute to your phone usage
It didn't.
now?
If anything, it even made me worse because I feel like I have held a lot of I'm not supposed to use my phone and now it's doing my body that I want to use my phone.
So do you think
understand?
that if your mom didn't take your phone, what's the difference between her taking your phone by 9 and her not taking your phone? Like, what's the difference between the content you're going
I
to
feel
see
like
on the internet?
then it made her feel better. I don't know what it is, but maybe it calmed her down. Like, okay, my daughter's not using her phone. Let her go and sleep or something. Like, okay, fine, I had school, but now, like, you can't be doing that now.
Okay.
Do you get?
Okay,
Do you think it would have had any effect on you?
No.
So two things. One, the internet is a very dark place after 9 p.m. It's a very dark place after 9 p.m. That's one. And two, me, my parents. So, first of all, I got my first phone when I was like, let's say 12. And the same thing with phones and video games, or just basically anything in my house that would bring joy. We were literally not allowed to have it until like summer or Christmas vacations. That's how strict my parents were. And what that ended up doing is that me and my brothers, we just got creative. It just made us creative. Like we would find ways to sneak into their rooms when they went around, find their secret hiding places for things, pick it from it,
Like
whatever. So then when you now have, and that when, again, you now have that freedom of phone to do that, you're going to overuse it. It happens because that freedom you've never had. It's like giving a poor person millions. They usually never know what to do with it.
They don't know what to do with it.
It's the same dynamic. So down to the question when you're talking about with like how parents can help with screen times and stuff like that. First off, I have no idea what you were talking about when you're talking about, content creation, kids can do this. Because that can happen at a certain age though. And
all that about young people though.
So what are you talking about then? Because
I'm talking about people like 20 and above.
That was why I
first
said
of all,
age.
which parent is
those people
limiting,
go and sleep.
like, first of all, which
at night, go and
parent
sleep because you have
is
school.
limiting screen time at after the age of, let's say, 17, 18? I'll laugh in their face. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, will you stop using your phone? I don't understand. First of all, I bought the phone. It's not like you bought it this time. Like, if you bought it, you're fine. But if I bought it, come and say, you've been using the phone too long. I'm like, I don't understand. That's new. But again, obviously, now that you've clarified what you meant, like, to answer Tiny's question, I feel like how that can be done is just through education and trust. Like, let them know, okay, this is why I am not letting you have it past a certain time.
Exactly.
These are the dangers. Let them know straight. I just have like, bring yourself down to their level and explain it to them.
Yeah, I feel like that's the mistake most parents make. They don't explain why they want you to do
Just
do
impose.
the things they want you to do. Do you get
Yeah. A lot of situations, obviously there are times where parents should obviously exact the authority. In certain cases where the kid is in danger or stuff, like you just have to do that. But I feel like there are certain conversations that parents should have with their kids that should try to bring them down. Like, I was once your age. These are the things I saw, and these are the things I want you to avoid.
Okay,
But when you kind of make it, sorry to interrupt you, I'll just let you go now. But when you make it this thing where you just kind of tell them no without giving them a reason why, kids being kids, they'll just see it as you're trying to hide me from this thing that can bring joy or enjoyment of any kind. That's why you don't want me to have it. So they're going to secretly find ways to get access to it.
Okay, so now speaking on that, what age do you think a kid should get like their first phone or should get a phone?
For me, it's
And
after
what kind of
secondary
phone
school.
actually though?
Wait, what did you say?
For me, it's after secondary school.
After secondary school?
Yes, so
as in after SS3?
Okay, no, wait, calm down. SS1.
That was when I got No,
And that
used to use
SS1, there'll
landline.
be limit to it though.
I used to use landline before that.
I used to
and
use Blackberry.
one tiny phone just to
So
call
You see
my
money.
Blackberry was
like,
popping.
you see money, Blackberry. Where would I
was
see
popping.
Blackberry? Where would I see Blackberry? At what age? Hey,
yes,
Jesus.
I feel like SS1 is an ideal time.
Yeah, because what are you doing
Because
it in just
before
one
then,
time?
at the same time, in this day and age, it would be nice for your child to have a phone early. Because, for example, now, let's say my parents now, I think they started leaving me home alone or home with my siblings when I was in like primary 6.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And if I did not have a phone by that time, if something happened to my sibling, how was I supposed to reach them? Do you get that kind of thing? So having a phone early now, yeah, and even if there's a help at home or somebody at home to take care of us, if she does something or if she's not around or if she leaves, if something, phones should be there for emergency purposes. And I respect what my parents did with me because they didn't give me a phone that would exactly have a lot of access to the internet, which was an advantage. Because if, for example now, if you know North Kim Kardashian and Kanye's daughter, if you go to her TikTok page, it's connected to her mom's. Her mom is North and Kim, Penelope and Courtney, and they turned off the comments because they know that at this early age, if their children are exposed to what people have to say about her family and everything, that is the beginning of cyberbullying and is going to affect her in different ways. So at that age, yes, it is good for you to give your child a phone, but not with so much access to different things because cyberbullying is real, cyberbullying is dangerous, cyberbullying, I can't even begin.
Okay, so I have a couple of things to say. First of all, I was on Kanye's side when he was completely incensed when he didn't want North having a TikTok account. Because I don't know how old she is. She can't be older than, I know she's not 12, not anywhere near, I don't know.
I don't know. She's
Like-
big, eh? She's so big.
Okay. But however old or young she is, like, there's just certain things that she shouldn't be exposed to at such an early age. Now, with me, like, what age a kid should get a phone? Like, you saying SS1, I get it. I completely get it. But the danger in that is that when your kid, for example, goes to school with other kids that already have these things, like they already have Twitter accounts and stuff like that, there's going to be that feeling of them being left out and they're going to take it out on you. Because even me, I know how I was as a kid when I wanted to open Facebook. I didn't open my first Facebook account. Obviously, I had Twitter and stuff like that that I opened on the side. I didn't open my first Facebook account till 2015. And I was like, what, 17?
So what age do you think your child should have
Social media?
a phone?
Or
No,
a phone.
a phone.
A
Not
phone
social
that
media.
has like access to the internet, social media. I'll say like 13, 14.
13.
Is that not
But then you see,
SS1 age?
there's the upside.
What's SS1 age?
This one is probably like 15.
15.
Oh, sorry. I finished school young.
But then there's the upside to the thing. There's the upside and the downside to this situation. Parents who give their children's phone early expose them to things that they're not so excited about it or they don't feel left out. Parents that expose their children late to technology or phones have the downside of their children feeling left out. Now, what I think should be the solution or what I think would solve that is just you training your child to have an independent or individualistic mind. Because, for
Yeah,
example,
facts.
now, at the end of the day, if I started having my first phone when I was in JS1 or primary 6, or I started having my first phone when I was in SS1, I'm still going to face cyberbullying if push comes to shove.
Real.
So what am I going to do in that situation? Do you understand
It's
what
like
I'm
even
saying?
going back to even the iPhone 8 girl,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like if she was educated by her parents about the dangers and like the stuff that can come from social media and technology,
Thank you.
she would have never recorded
Exactly.
that interaction and posted
But they
it.
don't have the
because
conversation
she
with her.
couldn't have ever understood what the repercussions are, because there are probably some situation where her dad is probably facing abuse in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't think about that as a young kid. You're just thinking, oh, let me show them what I'm going through, but you're not thinking about you, like how people are going to approach you, how people are going to approach your parents, stuff
And
like
your
that.
parents are there to guide you, and her parents didn't exactly do that. I think they
But I
they
feel
thought
like
they did.
we have an advantage in a sense for our future kids because we grew up smack like in the middle of the landline era
Mm-hmm.
and the technology innovation, Blackberries, iPhone stuff. Like we've seen both sides, and we've gone through social media. We've gone through like seeing what cyberbullying can do and stuff. So we can actually have those talks because we've seen it, we know it. Our parents didn't. Like they were just as new to that world as us, but they went even deep. My parents don't have Twitter accounts. They don't know the concept of
My
a
mother
tweet
doesn't have Instagram
or anything like that. Oh,
I
my
won't
parents
even
have
let her
Instagram, but I
have
blocked them.
Instagram.
Really?
Quick.
My dad.
Mommy, I didn't
blocked
block you. God forbid.
My
But
dad.
she has Facebook. Definitely a Facebook girl.
Before this, how they take their
It's like,
selfies,
yeah, they don't
to their
have-
face
Like
this.
passports.
Like,
They really
passport,
don't.
thank you. They're taking like passport pictures like
Or they
this.
put it below their face like this.
I feel like they really didn't have the luxury that we have right now,
They-
and maybe that's
That's why a lot of it,
affecting them. or
because I feel
something.
like this is going to turn into a therapy session a little bit, but I feel like a lot of people's reaction to not knowing stuff is anger and frustration, because when you're confused about certain things or you don't have the knowledge of certain things, you don't really have any other way to express your feelings towards it except anger, because you
So,
don't
like,
know.
For me, yeah, my mom was always against me using my phone like every time. She hates when I'm
Constantly, yeah.
always on my phone. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But then, like this, like last week or something, she has this coral BD. She's obsessed with coral BD, and then she sees how
Wow.
coral. She sees how
Mad.
Cora is like putting out content and she's making money from the things she puts out. So she now came to me and she's like, "Oh, Annabelle, do this thing, do this." I'm like, "Well, last like how many years ago you were telling me don't use your phone, don't
Must
use your
always
phone."
press your phone.
Nah, because
Can't you read the book instead?
this girl is making money. She now said, "Which phone do you want? I'll buy it for you." That don't.
Oh wow.
No,
Do you
it's true.
understand? Like-
No, it's true. When parents
That's
see-
how it
because the
is.
thing is, yeah, I couldn't believe this. So this was this Saturday actually. Joe Abdallah was in my house because we were literally just friends. That's a former Big Brother guy, and my mom is like a Big Brother guy. I didn't even think she knew him because when Joe was there, he was in the house for like what 2-3 weeks. So me and Joe were literally just outside, just talking about work and stuff. And then my mom was just peeing through like the balcony. Like she was staring at us the whole time. I didn't know why. So as soon as I walked back into the house when he had already left, she's like, "Isn't that boy that used to be on Big?" But I was like, "Yes, is that what you guys talking about?" I was like, "Oh, work and stuff." Now my mom wants to involve. Now she's like, "Whatever you need, I got you." It's like, in
Even-
fact, can you advertise my shop?
Even that whole Big Brother thing, my mom is definitely against the idea of, because she knows how I am. And she's like, "Oh,
How are you?
don't worry, my mommy knows."
Wow.
She's like, "But I don't want you to go on TV and go and spoil the family names."
Oh wow.
all this,
You
all this."
just basically explained how you are then.
No,
No
that's
facts,
not
because
how
my mom
I
has
am.
said my mom is a very
Chill.
big Brother fan. I don't told her, "Oh,
She's
can I
a
go on
big-
Big
like,
Brother?" She said never.
I love the fact that she didn't expose me, but then she made me see these things on TV. Like these things are there, but I don't want you to do that. You understand?
That's real
So like
though.
I've
Like,
been
that's
watching
good
Big Brother
parenting.
since like senior secondary school. Not that bad. Since like Bisola sets time.
I've been
wow.
watching Big Brother since Uti time.
So like that's
I
how
must
it
have been
was.
like
And
year
she
2,
she
year
and
sees
three.
these things and she's like, when they are doing something, but she's like, "I don't want you to do this." Like she knows how I am and she knows I want to go for Big
And
Brother.
that's
If you
them
leave me today, I will
educating.
go for that audition and I will enter that house. I was even telling her that,
Well
like,
done.
because she doesn't like Angel, because I feel like I'm an angel. Like if I go to the house, like I'll be an angel, but she doesn't want to
I
be
was
an
about to say
angel.
something, but I mean,
But then
Wait.
she was like, "If you go to the house, I don't want you to be like that." But she's like, "Oh, if I win and everything, she'll come on the day and she'll wear this, she'll wear that." So she's still
the
very
gale
much,
should tie.
if I should win that thing, people will hear it.
She'll be the first person but that's just how it is, because TV they understand. And
Yeah.
again, from early, my parents, when they were watching, like, let's just call it rated content and stuff, like we would be in the room with them and then they would just kind of just look at us and kind of just give us cues like, this is not what you do and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So my parents tried in that aspect, but when it came to social media, technologies of all kinds, my parents, they were very
So many things
no
that
nonsense about it.
they didn't tell me, they didn't teach me. I found out by myself. My parents didn't tell me. School didn't teach me. But you see by yourself and you have to like, "Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want this thing for myself." Do you understand?
But even the concept of school and outside sources teaching you, like, isn't that dangerous itself? Because a lot of the knowledge
I
can
feel like
actually be from
what school
stupid
doesn't
people.
teach you, your parents should teach you, but your parents fail to teach you those things. And that's what I don't like about like Nigerian parents.